I'm here to help women reset and rewild, to embrace and prioritize the pauses in order to reclaim their peace and power. I'm Dr. Michelle Peris, director of the Poppy Clinic and founder and CEO of the Wild Collective. As a disruptor, naturopathic doctor, wife, and mama, I've created a global movement and sacred space for women to rise together. Here, you'll break through limitations, romanticize your life, and unlock the magic of your divine feminine power. My life's work is rooted in community, lifting women into their most powerful, authentic selves, while empowering clinicians to elevate their practices with a transformational, community-driven model. I lead a thriving, passion-fueled business and naturopathic practice brimming with abundance, where I can guide women to invigorate their lives through sisterhood and elevate healthcare with a cutting-edge transformational approach. I've witnessed firsthand in my practice how this model sparks consistent health transformation, creates flourishing communities, and brings profitable success. You can have it all, a life filled with abundance, contagious joy, and untethered potential. So pull up a seat. It's time to pour into yourself and tap into your intuition and design a life that's wild, free, and uniquely yours. And I'm going to show you how. This is Wild Medicine. Welcome back to another episode of Wild Medicine. I am your host, Dr. Michelle Peris. And I am coming at you with a message today, all in entrepreneurship, business tips. And I spend a good amount of my manifesting generator, and I am multi-passionate, and I spend a good amount of time with and coaching clinicians. And I do this through two opportunities now. I have an opportunity called the Collective Creator Academy, and that's where I help clinicians and coaches build out their own group program using everything, the back end and the magic of Wild Collective and what's worked for us to help you bring your group program to life, and to not only just bring it to life, but to help it be abundantly successful. And I have a container, mastermind membership container called the Inner Circle for clinicians and coaches, where we talk anything with respect to entrepreneurship, social media, list building, business building, diversifying your offers as a clinician, as a regulated health professional. We have a lot of fun. It's a really, really high vibe space, which has a lot more live opportunities for coaching and hanging out, not getting all your questions answered. And Collective Creator Academy is specific to group health programming, and there's opportunity for live coaching there as well. I really have evolved how I coach clinicians over the years, and this feels super, super good. I am so content and happy. I feel like the offers are very generous and help clinicians access resources and expertise at a very aligned and affordable rate, but also adding a lot of value to their lives. Like, I really am deeply committed to helping those in the profession and those in the wellness space who want to make a meaningful impact and get in their way and let fear and scarcity and limiting beliefs hold them back. I just really enjoy that part of my work. And so I've spent a lot of time, and I've talked about this subject matter a bit in my private containers, but I thought this conversation was worthy of bringing to the mic. And if you're not an entrepreneur or in the wellness space, this message is still for you, because we all, in some way, desire to make meaningful connections, and there is a way to go about it. And on a recent call in the Inner Circle, I talked about making your, like, whatever you do, make sure it sizzles. Make sure there is your own flair, your own personality added to it. Like, you've done a little extra. In a world of bland and there just being so many people out there, you need to sizzle. You need to stand out. And it's going to make all the difference. I am a naturopathic doctor who has been working as an entrepreneur for the last 15 years. I have 2 corporations. I run group health programs through the Wild Collective and coaching programs. And I run a clinical practice, an integrative naturopathic medicine clinic, and we run wicked team. Super proud of what we have. So there's a huge opportunity. I got an email from a student, and it was the most generic copy and paste. These are the hours I need to fulfill can you help me message? And it stopped me in my tracks because it's been a really long time since I've had such a plain message. Now, is there anything inherently wrong with copying and pasting what the college tells you to send to doctors if you need your preceptorship hours? No. Have you asked yourself, how is that going to stand out of all the emails these doctors probably get, all these requests for preceptorship? I don't know. I just think this is probably not business advice you're getting at school. But let me tell you, this is really important because it served me well and gifted me so many amazing opportunities that I'm so glad I chose to sizzle and highlight my personality versus cutting and pasting what I think that person wants or needs to hear in order to say yes to something. I didn't respond to that email. I don't feel bad about that. I get a lot of emails. My time is incredibly limited, and I'm also quite generous with students. I absolutely have taken preceptors. I hire students. My associates were all students, graduated and joined my practice. I am all about supporting naturopaths in my profession, especially in your early years, wanting to get lived experience about actually how you're going to successfully run a naturopathic practice and business. I am all for it. I'm highly supportive of it. And I will not. If you are not going to take an interest in my business, then why should I take an interest in your request? And that might sound harsh. And I kind of intend it to, because I think I need to shock you into awareness. I align myself with people who take the time to be interested in me. It sounds vain, but it's how the world works. If someone has gone out of their way, like my associates are amazing, amazing humans. And I can tell you the reason I accepted their preceptor request. And I can tell you why we work together and collaborate now. They are awesome people who chose to highlight their personality, who chose to go the extra mile to make themselves stand out. And they stood out to me, and we nurtured a relationship, and that relationship strengthened. I feel like I'm bringing this to you as an opportunity and an invitation to wake you up. If you are copying and pasting generic emails and expecting a response, then let me do you a favor and tell you you are not likely to get a response. If someone is incredibly busy building things and doing things, and you have chosen them because you think they're successful, then do something different to make yourself stand out. Emails get lost. We all know it. There's so many emails we all don't open. I opened it because I'm not even sure why I opened it. I should read it. But it literally looked like the most cut and paste email I'd ever seen. And I thought, it's really too bad, because it would have taken this person 2 minutes to Google search me, to see that I love community, to see that I love women's health, that I love running women's circles, that whatever, that I'm interested in pediatrics. There were so many things that you could have customized that generic email to make it personalized to me, to make yourself stand out amongst all the requests. And they didn't do it. And I thought this was a really good learning opportunity, because I can tell you of all the times where I've had an opportunity and it's quantum leaped me in terms of visibility or access or growth or new circles or new collaborations. It has always extended from being generic. I'll tell you, one of the funniest things, I was like, what a weirdo I am. I was asked to be a part of Dr. Mark Hyman's Broken Brain docuseries, which was an amazing opportunity. Like, I can't think of something I'm more grateful to be included on or thought of for. That was a really amazing blessing and opportunity. And the way I chose to answer was to create, I created a boomerang of me in the community space, because I was being featured for my work in community. I'm doing like a little happy dance. I responded with a voice message, a funny video, and a hell yes acceptance. Because you could do the formal, sure, I would absolutely love to be a part and collaborate. Or you could be you, which you don't need to do a boomerang. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, where is you, the personality behind the request? The reason why this was a huge opportunity cost, a missed opportunity for this individual, is had they done any amount of research, they would also see all of my associates are newer graduates. I hire students. I don't hire, we're associates, but I do actually hire students to be a part of my team. I just hired a student. And you know why I hired her? She stood out. She saw me at a speaking event. She introduced herself. She said she loved the work that I do. She would really love to do community in the future. She left it at that. She may have sent a follow-up message, I'm not sure. Then we put out an ad on Instagram, just a post saying we were looking for a new team member because our prior student had outgrown her capacity because she's doing amazing things and we needed someone else. And we put out, and she was the first to respond. And in the email, she wrote, I saw Michelle speak. I love everything you guys do in community. It would be an absolute honor to be considered. That is seeing an opportunity and making yourself stand out. And there is so much opportunity out there. And if you can't take the time to customize your message or share your personality or add a sentence or two of why it would be valuable to align yourself with that person you're requesting for them to generously give their time for free, then it's a missed opportunity. It was a missed opportunity for this individual. And, they may never hear this episode. That's okay. It's not specifically to that person. It is a global message to people who want to make an impact and want to build their business or want to be seen or want to align themselves with certain brands. You've got to stand out. And the beautiful thing about standing out is that the most beautiful part of someone standing out is being themselves and just being human and going to connect with someone. This episode is brought to you by the Wild Collective. Listen up. We have a really exciting opportunity happening, and I wanted to make sure that you were the first to know all about it. On September 17th, Tuesday, September 17th, from 6:30 until 9:30, we are hosting a in-person retreat. It's called Awaken Your Wild, From Burnout to Bliss, and this retreat is intended to invite new women into our world to experience the power and potency of the Wild Collective, of community and connection, of health education, of experiential and embodiment practices like biofield tuning and meditation. This is a whole evening curated to celebrate you, the woman that you are, so that you can see what's possible when you infuse your life with community, with health-inspired information, with walking the path with other like-minded women. We love hosting retreats, and this one is curated specifically to women who are new to our world. Maybe you've been sitting on the sidelines for a while and you want to learn more about the Wild Collective, about community, or maybe you're just ready to try a retreat that has lots of chocolate, but also an incredible evening focused on helping you have tools to go from burnout to bliss. If you felt depleted, tired, struggling, stick to your goals and get the health that you desire and the vibrancy you know is there. You just need to come back to her. This retreat is for you. We have priced it at $5. It is so inexpensive to come and try us out for an evening, and we are going to share with you tools and tactics to help you recover from burnout, but also share with you the magic of our incredible global community, the Wild Collective. So if you are ready, go to the show notes, click the link, and save yourself a spot. Because it's in person, seating is limited, so do not wait, and I cannot wait to connect with you in person. I'll see you soon. I recently aligned myself with a coach that I'm really excited to work with, and I sent her a voice note and she sent me a voice note back, and that's how we built a relationship. And the opportunities now that have been provided for us, the fact that we can collaborate and our reach is so far and wide with social media and all of these free tools that you can use for marketing and networking and all of these aspects. It's so simple, but you cannot stand in the sidelines and you cannot do generic stuff. It is doing yourself a disservice. And so on this entrepreneurial journey, wherever you're at in your career, because this information is pertinent at any point in your career, is I say this a lot about email copy and sales copy and all of the things when you're on the other side and you're a practicing practitioner and you've got various offers and you're really trying to increase your visibility or your opportunities to innovate your offer. If you wouldn't read yours, why would you expect someone else to? If you read the email where you're making a connection or the Instagram message you're sending and it is like generic and bland, and you're not that electrified by it, why would the person you're reaching out to be? Dare to be different. Dare to be unique. Dare to be you. Dare to infuse personality in the work that you do. I can tell you from personal experience how much that has benefited the people in my world. I associate myself with people who are like me. Okay, so maybe your generic messages work for a generic clinician. I don't know. But for me, the reason I've aligned myself with new grads and those who are, in my world are because of the effort that they made to stand out. And it was like a two-way street. Like, I'd be so lucky to align myself with this associate. I'd be so lucky to have this student on my team, right? Because I want my team and my clinic associates and all of to be a certain level of excellence that's what we would provide for the world that we serve. And it is a missed opportunity if you are not going above and beyond the quintessential cut and paste generic emails, posts, messages that you have. It will not fly. You're likely not going to get a response, which is the case. For transparency, I did not respond to this individual because I felt I was just a cut and paste of 20 doctors. And quite frankly, I have too much on my plate. If someone had taken time to individualize, I would have responded. And if I didn't have the bandwidth, I would have been honest. It was a missed opportunity. It was a huge opportunity. And in the sense of like, that could turn into a potential job. That could turn into a potential associateship. That could turn into a potential new collaboration, new alignment with another clinic because they connect you to somebody else who's more aligned with your niche or what you're interested in. You can write the generic, absolutely, and it's very fast, right? And now it's never been faster with ChatGPT. Like, you could literally write me a request for preceptorship, right? Like, it couldn't be easier. You could do that, but it's probably worth your time, especially if you are in the newer phase of your career. Take the time to know who you're sending an email to and do something that makes you stand out. The opportunity for mentorship when you align yourself with someone who's in your profession, working the things you want to be doing, the opportunity for mentorship is huge, and it's too important for you to risk to not take the time to do something different to make yourself stand out. I remember with my newest associate, Dr. Tara Rowana, she was like a yes person. Whatever I asked of her to help and I needed help, she was like, sure, I'll figure it out. She was always there, unless she couldn't because she has great boundaries. But like, if she could help, she found a way. And you know what happened? And I noticed the genius of this is we'd be sitting in my office and she would just ask a question and I really liked her. So I would just tell her the answers. And I was like, the free mentorship this girl is getting, this woman, just by making herself available, by being willing to stand out first and foremost, and then just be in the space of someone who's already doing what you want to be doing. It's a huge opportunity. It's a huge imprint on your brain of what can be possible when you put yourself in that arena. And I like that. I like being with people who are highly motivated, highly inspired, who are passionate, willing to show up and try something, be seen, be themselves, be honest. That's how we got in the situation of that relationship evolving to an associateship, to great friendship, and align on a lot of projects together. You could choose to do generic, or you could choose. The choice is yours, and the consequence is also on you. And so if you are a student, if you are new in your career, if you are changing careers, if you're building out the business of your dreams, make sure that the stuff you put out there sizzles, that it's unique, that it has your voice. If you're looking to collaborate, that you do something that creates intrigue on what you're doing, what you're up to. It creates intrigue on that other person want to respond. None of us want to feel inspired or motivated to respond to something that feels generic that went to every single person. It doesn't feel good. And if you're busy, there just isn't time for that. So here's the invitation. Whether you are leading your family, you're building the business of your dreams, you're a new clinician, you're a student looking to align yourself with people who are doing what you want to be doing, make sure the work that you put out there or the connections that you make are unique. They sizzle, they have personality, that you've done something to infuse a different type of relationship, to make yourself stand out amongst the crowd. I think that's an important message for us all. And I was reminded of it when I was gifted the copy and paste email of I need to fulfill these hours. And not because I do take preceptors. That sounds really harsh, but I'm at capacity. So if I were going to take someone else on, it would be because it really stood out to me. And that was the missed opportunity. So don't miss out on opportunities because you're not taking the time to make yourself stand out. Highlight your personality, what makes you unique, or what makes you drawn to that particular message. Take the time to highlight that. You are much more likely to garner a response, and a response you actually desire. That's your go do it, and then let me know how it works out. But I'm willing to bet it's going to work out mighty fine for you, because that is going to stand out compared to what most people do, which is copy and paste and hope, cross their fingers and hope for a response. You want to secure a response by going the extra mile. So make sure it sizzles. Stay wild, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in to Wild Medicine. I am so grateful to have you here, and I hope you're feeling inspired and empowered. If you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star rating. It helps us reach more incredible women just like you. And before you go, quick reminder, the information shared on this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose or treat any medical condition. Please consult with your healthcare provider for personalized advice and care. And if you're ready to take inspired action and dive deeper into your own health journey, please visit us at poppyclinic.com. Let's rewild and reset your health together.